This is going to be a long video. I'm making this video because for the first time in years, I feel vindicated. I've seen the outrage from women on social media, particularly to Facebook, in regards to Kin Shandu's Facebook post. And at first, when I saw it, saw the backlash, I said, good. And then ngabuye ngayikhuza because that's just not me, bruh. That's not in my character. To feel satisfaction from seeing somebody receive backlash of something that they've said or done on any platform. And then I understood why I felt that way at first. The worthlessness, the disrespect that women have expressed towards him and his post, or to his post, and have, expressed it quite loudly, is something so familiar for me, or to me, to feel that way, worthless and disrespected from him. And I experienced that from him in a work environment. So in 2016, I was about 24, 25 years old. I was offered a contract by Gagas Fm to co-host the midday show. It was called The Big Bang, 12 to 3 weekdays, and co-hosting with him. And he had been on the show, doing that time slot for, I think, a couple of years. So what an exciting time for me. What a moment, like leveling up. I get to express myself, like work, improve my craft. I'm going to be working with somebody that has been on this particular time slot for longer than I have. I'm in the biggest regional radio station in the country, getting to co-host a primetime show. It's a big deal, Man, it was a horrible experience working with him. Prior to us working together, I did not know this man. When I say I did not know this man, I mean that I just didn't know anything about him. It was just a guy who worked at the same building, same company, bumping into each other. Hey, hi, whatever. Normal stuff, So then management calls us in prior to the new season beginning, and, to express their excitement as well, and to relay the expectations to us of, this particular pairing of him and I together. And also, just for, I guess you just speak, man, you talk about, what you hope to achieve, and this is the first time we're being sat down together, by the station. And man, I'm pretty sure that was how dissatisfied he was. So, I assumed at the time, maybe he has some sort of like ongoing issue with management. That's that's got nothing to do with me. It's none of my business. We sign our contracts individually with companies, and my bonella, to be quite honest with, it's between you, management, and the station. And we co-host, you're put together to work with somebody, you make it work. That's it. You go out together, do other things outside of studio to figure out our personalities, what we like, what we don't like. It's a relationship that needs to be groomed, and it's your responsibility to make sure that, it works, because on air, it needs to sound good. Also, you're getting paid for it. Yeah. From that day, it was horrible. Horrible. Even from sitting down together to trying to create a show together, a structure for the show, he wasn't about that. He did not want to do that with me. We were one of the few shows at the time that had a content producer. If it wasn't for her being a buffer between us, I probably would have contributed 0 to that show. I still probably didn't contribute that much either way, because he just never gave me the time of day. Man, he made me feel so worthless. The disrespect was so loud. He made me feel like I didn't deserve to be there. And he made sure that I felt his dislike towards me. I kept making excuses, to be quite honest with you, as to why he was treating me that way. I did make the excuses in my head just so that it can make some sort of sense to me. I would excuse everything, bro. Everything, because to him, I could never do anything right. Yonke thing you show is Dina. It's invalid. It's worthless. I'm stupid. I'm silly. It's just like I'm a non-factor. And also, Yampazamisa, because he made me feel like it was his show. And I was just there because I was like given that position by management because of God knows what to him. I don't know. But I just didn't deserve to be there or to be with him working on a show together. He'd do everything, bro. Switching off the mic while I'm speaking, reprimanding me, like questioning everything that I did because it was just wrong. And that was my life for an entire year. I was on survival mode. I hated going to work because I had to work with that man. I expressed my concerns to management. Nothing really happened. Nothing ever changed. When I say that I could feel the hatred, I mean that I could feel it. There was nothing he wouldn't do to make me feel lesser than. Everybody in that building knew that Azwani, bear in mind, like, it's not just Azwani because we're fighting, because Azwani, because these are two huge personalities clashing. Azwani because this man just hates me, and every time I'm reacting to things that he would do to me, people would question me, people would caution me. And I was just like, you know what, thank you for letting me know, but you don't have to tell me that that man doesn't like me. I'm not surprised that he's speaking about me and expressing his dislike towards me, because I feel it. He makes sure that I feel it. And for whatever reason he felt, because at some point I also thought that maybe he had somebody else in mind that he'd want to co-host with, and I wasn't the ideal pairing for him. Understand? Damn, I paid for it. He made sure that this is somebody that I don't. I have no reason to dislike you. And even if I did dislike you for things, I'm not saying that I did dislike him, but in co-hosting in radio, in the work environment that I'm familiar to, even if somebody does something that you don't like or support or something that you are against, you leave that shit outside the door, you get and we get shit. I love my work, love my craft. I'm always improving constantly. Leave every other emotion outside the door when we get there and we work. That's it. We'll deal with the rest of the stuff outside. If there's any year in my radio career that I remember, because I hated it, it's that particular season, that particular year, because of that man. Even in Mhlanj, I just don't know. I don't lose sleep over this. I don't think about it all the time. But when I'd speak about such an unfavorable, such an unfortunate, such an unfair experience for me, it was from him. It was that year. If Gagas decided not to bring me back or terminated my contract that year, that season, I would have understood fully. Probably wasn't even functioning properly because I was on survival mode every day, because I'm not going to work. I'm going to fight for my life because I'm working with somebody that just hates me. I was ukhala, bro. Like, I remember the first time that man actually looked at me in my eye. There was a prominent figure that was making headlines at the time for an alleged sexual assault or rape. And I'd said that, well, you can't disregard it because he's a prominent figure. Because what if he is guilty of that? And he's turned off the mic and he looked at me for the first time. This is the only time I actually know what his face looks like in close range. Because the way he spoke to me, instances where we've engaged with each other while we were working together that were just honestly beyond me. And before that season ended, he left the station. there was a whole lot of drama around it. I don't want to get involved in it. And still, at that time, I was still expressing my problems to management, saying, guys, this is not working out. I literally remember after some time going to management, like, guys, please bring me back. Take me back to my old show, like, Your Sons of Super, because I don't understand what I'm doing here. And I'm fighting. I'm not working. I'm fighting every day. You know? And I think the Shaga Kulu was that I just didn't know the reason. I didn't know the reason. But I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. Even Amand, I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I know nothing about him. You get what I'm saying? I don't know you well enough to even hate you. And the only version of this person that I know is that he made my life a living hell. Made me feel so worthless. When he left the station, Slope stood in for him, so we co-hosted together. Because he knew my energy, he knew my vibe, you know. So he was excited. And when we started working together, I did things that were highly questionable and probably not natural. And Felix sat me down and he said, Clarissa, what the fuck's going on? And I'm chazela because naye wayazi I want to holding you. Felix ngamchazela, like now I'm detailing to him things that he would do. And I will forever be grateful for Felix. Felix lifted me up, bro. Felix lifted me up. Felix reversed all those horrible memories for me. He lifted me up. He reignited my flame. He was the big brother that I needed for my career to stand a chance. Do you get what I'm saying? And I remember how much more peace I found. I hate that I had to experience that in my life, and I wish that on nobody. When he left, and the first time I bumped into him face to face was in Johannesburg because he left for a TV gig. And then I was with my colleagues who owned a nightclub in Soweto. We were there, and he was there also. Wafika and Waifunba Bingilela, obviously, and I was also there. So that was the first time he shook my hand. Ever. The guys didn't really know him as well, and they knew about the situation because everybody knew. I didn't have to tell anybody anything. People just knew, you know. And they looked at me like, "Are you alright?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine." You know. Yeah, at some point, because I had to see him on TV, because every time I looked at him or saw that man, I saw the worst experience of my life as a working woman, a working young woman. After a couple of years, I think like we've bumped into each other like once or twice, honestly, max. I don't know. Then I saw that he's established or co-founding this award ceremony to honor women. Ngathula ngayibuza ngathi mina phezulu umuntu lo wayengiphatha kabuhlungu kanje. Uyakwazi ukubona umuntu wesifazana omunye osebenza kanzima, oyikhandlayo ngomsebenzi wakhe, and he's celebrating them. Because I didn't know what exactly about me pissed him off so much. Is it me? Is it I'm a woman? Is it I'm black? Is it I'm young? Like what? Because also I know for a fact that he doesn't know me either. He doesn't know me that well. He doesn't, you know, like I don't know. Shock off my life when I saw that. Shock off my life. And honestly, I don't even speak about this. Like nobody that's known me in the recent years even knows about this because I just never speak about it because it's honestly like a fucking blip in the matrix that I wish I could erase sometimes. I don't lose sleep over this. I don't. But mengiyibonile siyavula leso silonda leso mengimbona or when I see stuff. And you know, uthi when we work together, people start to associate you with that person. People will see me like, hey, Ukini, hey, Hambanjan, because also he's like a comical character. And I see him being so nice to the world, but to me, ngazi ibhubesi, ngazi silwane mina. Ngisaba shina ngokukhwehlela eduze kwakhe because I don't know what, like, angazi, you know? And so ngifuna ngisho, uyaphila Ukini, ngithi uyangizonda Ukini, like, ngisebenzeke, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but ngithini, you know, now I have to put up like a facade, like it's fake and it's not real. It's not real. It's not. I'm so glad also though that phased out quite quickly when I started working with Felix and Spare Names, so everybody just kind of forgot about that. And also like everything better in radio because I was working with people that gave me a chance, people that just gave me the benefit of the doubt because they understand what I'm not there by mistake. I'm there because I'm worth it. I should be there. I've worked hard to be there. I didn't sleep my way to anything. I didn't pay anybody to be anywhere. I worked. Everybody that knows me from the beginning of my career since I was 18 years old know how much I've grown. And I deserved it. I did. You know? So with the recent events that have happened, this is the first time I've ever wanted to speak about this because looking at it and seeing how people have reacted to it, especially women, as well, for me, in kombise, ukuthi ngekuyikhetha inhlonipho uthi uyipha. You are not my God. You do not get to decide for me what is worth or what I'm worth or what I'm deserving. You're not my God. Nobody deserves that from anybody. Ngekukhethe ukuthi inhlonipho ngizoyinika usibani nosibani. Mawuzokhetha kanjalo shuthi vele unayo inhlonipho. Ngekukhethe uzohlonipha uma wakho, uhloniphe izingane zakho, uhloniphe umkakho nomndeni wakho. Akusiyona inhlonipho leyo. And we work in an environment where, in entertainment, where people want to get to know more about you. People want to be around you. People want to speak to you. People experience you, your energy. And inhliziyo yakho meyisibozi izovela. Fix it if you want to be in the presence of people. People don't deserve to experience you or, you know, with the devil inside you. Because that's what I experienced. A mean-spirited person. A mean reason. And still to this day, I feel vindicated because if he were to say, no, when I went to that is why I didn't appreciate you or didn't want to work with you, then I would take that and I would apologize if I have to fault. I would, because I still don't hate him. I'm just, confused. Leandro. Iyangconfuse. Iyangconfuse. I'm like, what? What? I'm perfect. But also, like, if I did you wrong, say so. So that we can have relationships with people around us. That's it. That's literally it.